Hello crafters, thank you for joining us at Scrapaholic. Today we are going to make a clipboard. This is a 5x7 Halloween themed clipboard. So with that, let's get started. Going to start with a piece of cardboard, 2 Digi prints, which I will give you directions to find them yourself on Etsy, a pair of scissors, a ruler, some double-sided tape, and a pencil. Now I'm also going to be using my paper cutter, but not for the cardboard. It dulls the blade too much. I'm using a regular ruler and a pair of scissors. Just doing it this old-fashioned way. Seems like one day that's all we were doing. Seems so long ago. Now they say hindsight is 20/20. Had I really been paying attention, I think I would have made this double the thickness, and I would have used liquid glue to do that. I will not make another one this size with only one sheet of cardboard. I think it was kind of flimsy. And I really do like my clipboards to be pretty sturdy, heavy duty even. I have grandkids. While I'm cutting, I might as well say that the digital kit, the witch's hat, came from A&B Illustrations, and she was on Etsy. I did not find her when I was looking on Etsy for the video. I gave her a message, and hopefully I'll get a response back by the time I post this video. Now the candy corn is from the Digi Rainbow at Etsy, and both of these are really cute digital kits. I printed them on cardstock. I think it was 110 pounds. And I thought that was actually going to be stiffening up the clipboard itself, but like I said, I like it a little more heavy duty than that. Now, when I cut this out, I want a 1/2 inch around the whole cardboard itself so I can flip it over. I'm actually going to make it an extra inch, so instead of a 5x7, I'm doing a 6x8. That way I can get a 1/2 inch around the whole cardboard. Yeah, there was less white on that side. Lining it up. I'm always checking. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is score the edges. Some people can just put a ruler up there and fold it over. I'm not that graceful. And I always turn the paper over because it helps me find my focal point. I get lost in the design. It's easier for me to do it from the middle. I always have from the middle, not from the left. And I use this little tool that I got at the dollar store. which helps me put my creases in to score them. I think it was $1 for 2 of them, and it actually has a pin at the end of it, so you can use it to poke holes and stuff. Now I'm going to be using a nylon scraper instead of a bone folder. Oh, I'm going to cut the ends off first, I'm sorry. I do this because it helps take away from a buildup of materials on the corner, and I cut just under the crosshairs where they're scored. So it's not so bulky, I guess you could say. Now here is my nylon scraper I was talking about instead of a bone folder. I got this at a kitchen supply store, and I really like this. Pampered Chef also has a scraper too that I like to use, but this one actually has a ridge on it, and it's easier to hang on to that way. Now I did a quick check here. In retrospect, I should have checked a little closer. Because of the edge, they're not quite meeting up, and it's going to leave a little white corner there. You'll see it further in the video what I'm talking about. Now with this paper, I liked this little section in the middle. I like those hats better, I think. And that's where I'm going to take my picture from. So I'm going to line up my cardstock or cardboard right there and just section it up so I can cut it. Now I'm going to hang on to these pieces because I will be using them to make some embellishments with. And if you're interested in what embellishments I actually make, I will have the videos listed down below. So now I'm going to take my double-sided tape after checking everything, and I'm going to be placing it all around. I'm going to do the perimeter, and then I'm going to place some in the middle. Now you could probably use a liquid glue in here, it wouldn't hurt anything, but for video purposes I'm just going to use this double-sided tape. I'm getting this as close to the edge as I can because I want the edges to go down without issues. I don't want them to catch on anything and rip, so I try to get it as close to the edge as possible. I do apologize for the reflection of the lights on my glass mat. There's not anything I can really do about that. They're kind of fixed. That's where the two little dots are. I'm going to grab this little tool. I use it for my awl. It's actually an O-ring extractor. For those of you who are interested, this is a snap-on, but you can get these at Harbor Freight too. They come in a package of 4, and I have a few sets of them myself. I use them for everything. I use them in my epoxy, I use them in wax seals, I use them for an awl. They're just a really handy tool to have. Now I've got to catch this corner. For whatever reason, it pulled the paper up when I tried to pull the red tape off of it. The vinyl, I guess. And I do want all my corners to adhere. Now, I fold the corners up before I actually put this in. It helps guide that paper down. Then we just flip the corners up. Now, I should have used my nylon scraper and, grease these down a little bit, burnished them a little. I don't know why I did not do that. Checking the back to make sure the orientation is the way I want it. I guess with this print it really doesn't matter, but it's a good habit to get into. Now comes the time we see the white corners. Yeah, that one and the one at the bottom. Thank you for Sharpies. Unfortunately, I could not find my black Sharpie at this time, and I grabbed a pen. I believe these were gifted to me, but I have seen them at the Dollar Tree, and they are really a nice fine pen. They work for everything. This little marker. I think there's 5 colors in there. I really like them for real tiny fine work. voila, the clipboard is done. Now let's snap our fingers and go to a clean slate. We're going to add the embellishments, my altered paper clips, my Halloween tags, my faux stamps, and my shrink plastic charms, topped off with a copper skeleton bulldog clip with a little bit of jazzy yarn and some mesh from the dollar store, and my little troll that I believe we got those from the gumball.